Hello, my simply impeccable, competent students. Welcome to this course topic. We are honing the skill of building such competency. It's going to become such an asset, a simply impeccable asset in your life to be showing up this way, to step into that version of you who is so competent because you are showing up consistently. When you are showing up consistently, you build that confidence, you build that competence and confidence that then transcends to your whole life. It just radiates magic to your whole entire life and it compounds in ways that you can't even imagine could be possible. So you deserve to show up this way. And I cannot wait to see you showing up this way because this is where we see all of the results show up, right? So I want you to think about what the definition of showing up competently means, what competence means in terms of just like the Merriam-Webster dictionary definition. So meditate and marinate on this for a moment. It is the ability to do something well and effectively. Well and effectively. Like it's like easy peasy, right? When something becomes so easy peasy, like you just trust that it's all going to be good, right? The ability to do something well or effectively, and it's a range or specific skill or ability. So when we think about honing that asset of competency, it is honing that skill, right? We're not born with confidence. You have to hone that skill. You are not born competent in all of the areas and all of the goals and all of the aims that you want in your life until you step into that. When you were a toddler or a baby, right? You were not competent in walking, but you kept stepping into the discomfort. You kept catching the bumps and bruises until you figured out how to balance and stand on your feet and to put one foot in front of the next. And then you become a competent walker, and walking is now autopilot for you. Think about that in terms of making multiple six figures, seven figures, seeing amounts of money that you've never seen before. Showing up consistently and building that competence in that goal, in that aim, and then being able to do it on autopilot. How trusting and confident are you when you show up that way, right? When you fully step into that. So when we think about growing in terms of that competent version of ourselves, the name of the game is consistency. And we don't like consistency because it's calling us to step into a lot of discomfort every day. Every day. And here's the deal. Life is still happening. The 50-50 is still showing up. It's not happening to you or at you. It's just happening. So yes, is there some grace? Of course. Do we need to sit in constant pressure? No. However, pressure does make diamonds. I love that. So there needs to be a little bit of deadline drama. There needs to be that little extra push so that you see that consistency and that competency show up to where it does compound and you start to just recognize that, wow, I got this. I'm doing this effectively. This is easy. Boom. Showing up competently, stepping in consistently just means that you're going to do what you say you're going to do. Okay? So I love the timing of this course topic because we have just solidified and anchored in and gotten really, really clear and recommitted to our goals. We have an aim. We know who we want to be. We know what we want in our lives, right? We know how we want to feel. So now let's take that and let's step in. Let's show up consistently and competently so that we start to see these massive results show up to where getting to that goal is like autopilot. When you finally learn to walk, you could do it all over again. When you make $5 million, you can do it all over again. When you become an expert mom, an efficient version of yourself, a peaceful version of yourself, a 30-pound lighter version of yourself, you can do it all over again. Magical, powerful. So I want to teach on this because I think it's really, really important, because I think it's really easy for our brain to look at that goal, not see it in our reality, and be like, wah, wah, poor me, not going to do it. And then you don't feel the motivation, you don't feel the inspiration, which sometimes you are not going to anyways. We need to be able to still step in even when we don't necessarily feel like it. Of course, you can give yourself all the great thoughts, which we've coached on, all the great thoughts to inspire you and motivate you and keep you excited and get that like mojo going, right? But you're not always going to feel like it. There's going to be life circumstances that show up that are going to easily knock you off your game unless you are strategically showing up consistently and finding some of those results, even those in those baby steps, okay? So I want to use this as an example. Being an expert mom. I've decided that this is going to be my goal. I want to be a mom who trusts that she's an expert on her children and faces challenges head on. Like, that's the version of me that I want to be as a mom with raising children, okay? So we think that like the goal is going to be that easy. Like, I just decide and it shows up. Like, I just decide I want to walk. Well, here it is. I'm just walking. I just want to be this expert mom. I just want to be 30 pounds lighter. Boom, here it is. It shows up. While some of those things do show up for us, like when we have a goal and it's just like, wow, so easy peasy. As much as that's so wonderful, I would take this journey of getting to the goal to seeing those results show up any day. Because that's where you become so competent and masterful, and you've learned and you've failed, so therefore you have learned how to really do this all over again. It's like walking, falling, getting back up, falling, getting back up, until you finally become a walker. And like, you see those little toddlers once they start taking those first steps, right? There's like a sparkle in their eye and they're like, come here, world. You have this goal, this aim to become an expert mom, a mom that faces challenges head on. Okay? And then life shows up. So you start to, fully step into this. You take your first action step in really being that mom. Maybe you just decide and you align a thought, and then life happens. And you fall. And then you get back up. And then you fall again. And then you get back up. And then you fall again. We want to judge these falls so hard. We want to make them mean something about getting to this goal and aim. We want to make this mean something about ourselves, that we're bad, that we're not worthy enough, that it's not going to show up for us. This is what our brain wants to default to. It wants to make all of these falls mean something so significant that we start punishing ourselves. If you start punishing yourself, first of all, you're not going to do what you say you're going to do. And secondly, you're not going to find those better, higher quality thoughts that are going to propel you to get back up. Okay? So these falls, when we stop judging them, when we stop making them mean something about us, like as a toddler, when you fell down, did you make that mean anything about you? Like our little brains? No, I need to walk. I need to get back up. That's the consistency. Those little toddlers that keep getting back up, they master walking because they had to fall. They learn to truly become the greatest walkers because they fell. We don't want to judge the failures, is my point. When we get caught up in doing that and making ourselves bad and wrong, you slow down your progress. Then you stop showing up consistently. And then all of a sudden, that goal is so far out of sight because you've just like put it on the back burner. You settled for the plan B, all the things. The falls are where we learn and grow. Always, 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 always. When you ask yourself, why didn't I show up the way I wanted to in that situation? Why didn't I speak up when I'm the expert on my kid? Why didn't I challenge that? Why didn't I not take the action that I knew I should take or could take, right? We don't want to judge ourselves, could take. When you ask yourselves why, every time you fall, you get a little curious and you get back up and you do it better the next time until you ultimately see that goal truly show up. Y'all following me? Good. The falls are part of the consistency. The falls are what build the competency. The whys, the curiosity, builds the competency. Why did this launch fail? Why didn't I book? Right? Like there's so many baby steps that we also need to take within these goals. We're going to talk about that. Why did I not speak up? Why did I not come prepared? Why was I spiraling in my head over this? When you can solve for the whys and get curious and coach your brain, you get back up and you do it better the next time. And then you fall again and you get back up and you get curious and you do better the next time. Until you have finally mastered that skill. The journey of showing up consistently to getting to that competency is the discomfort. This is why we don't show up consistently. This is why we start the new workout regimen in January and fall off in February. This is why we do one launch and we don't see any money show up, and then we want to change the website 500 times. Why? You don't want to default to the buffering. You don't want to fall backwards into the safe place. You don't want to punish yourself and make yourself bad. You just want to get curious. Why? Why did that not work out? Why did I not speak up? Why? Does anybody hear why I don't know why my stomach's growling right now. I want you to think about this because I'm sure the wheels are turning a little bit. What baby step can we take to even initiate getting started, right? What baby step do you need to take? What do you need to start? What do you need to stop? What do you need to keep? When we get curious about the why, we get to ask ourselves those questions. All right, well, what do I need to stop here? Okay, well, I need to stop judging myself. What do I need to stop? I need to stop changing the website 500 times because that's not making me money. What do I need to keep? What is working? And what do I need to start doing? What lever do I need to turn? And when you ask yourself this multiple times after multiple falls, the goal and the aim is inevitable. And this is where you find that level of competency and confidence that is going to truly compound in all areas of your life. Okay? So I want you to think about this journey. I want you to think about the falls. I want you to think about how we judge the falls. They don't mean anything. But when you start getting curious about them, why? And then you solve for the what and the how. Powerful. So I want you to think about your aim, your goal, who you want to be, what you want to see show up in your life, what you desire. And I want you to think about what you need to stop, what you need to start, and what you need to maybe keep. It gets to be that simple. What baby steps in each of those areas could you start taking? Like, it doesn't have to be anything crazy, right? You can just step into this smallest little baby step and start to see some results show up, or you see a fall. And then you get to ask yourself why. And then you get to get back up and learn and grow and learn and grow until you seriously see those results show up. That competent version of you, that effective version of you in that specific area or that specific ability show up. Game changer. Huge game changer. So I want you to put the pen to paper, and we're going to talk about the compound effect of showing up consistently and just a couple more action steps that you can take that are going to yield so many amazing, competent, confident results. I will see you in the next